You are watching the All-State Sugar Bowl from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. A couple of 11-2 teams, Georgia and Baylor. The Bulldogs, the runners-up in the SEC. Baylor lost a heartbreaker for the Big 12 title in that championship game against Oklahoma. Fifth meeting all time between these two. The previous four all played in Athens a long time ago, all of them won by Georgia. None of that means much right now. And it is a touchback. And questions about whether or not their top running back, DeAndre Swift, will play. He comes out throwing to George Pickens, the freshman, Nagora. On 3rd and 3 from the pass and on target for a first down. Pickens got just enough before he got upended. Rowe.
Well, DeAndre Swift came out in full pads, warmed up with his team, and I was able to catch his eye and talk to him and say, hey, are you going to play? He said, yes, I want to try to play. He's standing there on the sideline right behind the coaches as if he can sub in any moment, but he is going to be smart with that AC shoulder joint separation or injury.
Two standouts, Andrew Thomas and Isaiah Wilson, both opted not to play to prepare for the NFL draft. Fromm's throw way too high. John Lovett has the first down. Well, he mentioned the depletions to the Georgia roster for a variety of reasons. Injuries, preparation for the NFL, suspension, some of them undisclosed reasons. The coaches think it's a bigger deal on offense than defense.
J.R. Reed, a great communicator on the back end of the defense.
Who had started 42 straight games. Short pass by Brewer and then swung down. Brewer suffered a concussion in their conference title loss to Oklahoma. He hands off to JaMycal Hasty. He could not return. Only cleared to practice right before Christmas, but he said he feels fine. He's ready to go. He's on target there. To Treston Ebner. Two excellent offensive tackles in Andrew Thomas, who won the Jacobs Blocking Trophy as the best offensive lineman in the SEC. Thus, earlier this week that Mims has been playing the year with a fractured bone in his foot, which is remarkable since he's been so productive
against a team as good as Georgia on defense.
Over the middle, off the hands of Ebner, and intercepted by Richard LeCount. He's dragged down at the 26.
As Ebner took his eyes off the football and put his eyes on Tay Crowder, didn't want to get hit there. It could have been caught, but it could have been a better throw as well.
Try to catch that ball with two hands. Just the 7th interception of the year for Georgia. And on first down, Zamir White.
Coley told us they might use more tempo.
High snap, and Fromm forced to go down on it back at the 12-yard line.
They don't have Brian Harrion, who's the other veteran back.
They run a draw on 3rd and long. James Cook tripped up at the 22. And the defending national champions Clemson. And this town is already alive in anticipation of the Tigers playing defenses.
I don't think so. Should be a heck of a game.
Charlie Brewer on 2nd and 9. Another ball that looked like it might have been caught. Instead got deflected away, intended for Denzel Mims.
Off coverage. DJ Daniel was playing off. He got the completion.
Quick pop to R.J. Sneed, and then he got popped and driven back. We're 5 finalists. Denzel Mims back on the field for Baylor. Brewer avoided the rush, now runs out of bounds, flagged down back behind the line of scrimmage. He was a terrific defensive player.
Number 52. Penalties decline. 4th down.
Offensive line.
They hand it off to Tyler Simmons, the motion man.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Number 8. 15-yard penalty. Added on to the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Side. Will they use him in the pass game? We'll find out.
He flips it back to Fromm. A flea flicker. They have a couple of men running deep. And it's George Pickens. A big play. Jamison Houston tackled him inside the 15-yard line.
Watch DeAndre Swift also, after he pitches the ball, pick up the blitzing linebacker Bernard. Just enough to give Jake Fromm extra time to get that ball downfield.
Here's Swift again. 3rd down to short 2. Zamir White stopped short of the line to make. Georgia's all-time leading scorer. Won the Lou Groza Award as the best place kicker in the country this year. Mind you, Baylor's a very good kick blocking team.
Position was in great shape.
Brewer in trouble. Finally gets rid of it, just throws it away.
Georgia defense smart with the ball.
Four-man rush, and they get pressure on off the offense's left end.
The starters at tackle, also a new offensive line coach in Matt Luke.
Sam Pittman, who had been the line coach, left to become the head coach at Arkansas. Nice play there. Zamir White against Lane Kiffin. But about Lane Kiffin, Jake Fromm, back shoulder throw on target there with George Pickens. Zamir White, nice run. He's a fan favorite in Athens.
And this Baylor defensive line, these three, they stand up so much, so different.
Pickens.
Earlier, and those guys were all healthy. It was a much different looking pass game.
Saw Lawrence Cager, big target, out with an ankle injury. It's the end of his career.
With those kind of plays against them in the Big 12 championship.
Pressure from Fromm's left. He throws for Pickens. He runs under it, catches it, and a touchdown for Georgia.
That they feel confident making contested catches. He's going against Jamison Houston, and a perfect drop in the bucket by Jake Fromm. Right over the outside shoulder. You can't throw it in a better spot.
Yeah, they've been two, but given as much as they substitute. Brewer on third down hits his target off the head, it appeared. R.J. Sneed.
After the play, personal foul, offense, number 56. It'll be 15-yard penalty. 15-yard penalty, fourth down.
Three-man rush. They don't get anywhere near Fromm, so it's Pickens with his 8th catch.
And a better page with his receivers, especially George Pickens.
They flip it to Simmons, heading in the other direction. Nice play call and well executed. And Simmons finally taken out of bounds.
They weren't able to establish the run.
Kirby said that was his biggest disappointment. Pickens again having a monster first half.
Here's Pickens with tight coverage. No help.
Fromm surrounded, gets it off for Charlie Werner. Baylor thinks it has a chance to block a field goal tonight. They don't get close to that one. Blankenship. As many games that we've done, I mean, the officials completely whiffed on what should have been a pass interference call against LSU in the SEC title game. And I don't always say something, he just lets me see him so I know to clean up my language. Now Brewer gets hit, got it off, knees are down on the catch. To have 100+ yards receiving in a Sugar Bowl game. Fromm on target. George Pickens tried to leap over Grayland Arnold as he approached. Todd, for Jake Fromm to look out there and see open receivers.
Beautiful route. He really fooled Chris Miller. Miller was trying to give extra coverage. Beautiful route that time. Patience by Pickens.
So much of this season, it's been hard for Georgia to get receivers open. Got him mad a little bit. It's less soft this year, if it ever in fact was soft. Much better defense played in the Big 12 this year. Second down and 8, under 2 minutes to go in the half. Georgia leading 13-0. Fromm to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Matt Landers.
I talked about with Pickens. Watch the corner jump outside. He runs the post and the ball is right on him before the safety can get over there to help. It's the exact same route that he didn't take the shot to Pickens, and they settle for the field goal. This time he gives Landers a shot.
Half. Fromm looked at Swift, instead throws an incomplete pass.
Bounds against Georgia, and they've not been able to do that in this first half.
Back shoulder throw, incomplete. I know Denzel Mims has an injured foot, but he trotted back to the line of scrimmage when they're in hurry-up mode here, and now it's Adam Anderson with a sack of Brewer. Georgia with one timeout left. They can get a stop here. Brewer under duress, got it off. They get the stop. Appreciative round of applause from the Georgia fans. The freshman George Pickens, the star of the night. And here's Kirby with Holly.
Well, Coach, you wanted your team to out-hit and out-hustle. How do you assess that they started this Sugar Bowl game for you?
Well, it's not over. And we all know that it's a four-quarter game. This team's been in a lot of tough battles. And right now we're playing hard. We're a little winded. I think they are too.
Game they've got.
40-yard play. Longest of the night by far for Baylor. You alluded to, Todd. There's Josh Fleeks. Corner pressed up on him, might have some help. Matter of fact, he came off him and blitzed. And they attacked that blitz, and 27 passes in the game. Early in the third quarter, a play fake for Mims again. Touchdown, Baylor.
Boundary with that big body.
Three-man rush. They haven't done much to threaten from the night. He throws incomplete. Try to get Mims singled up on the near sideline. He was. Brewer has a pocket, has a receiver,
Nice
has
throw.
a first down, or does he? The Georgia defender saying it's an incomplete pass, and it is. On DJ Daniel. They are going to run the play. Brewer belted from behind by Aziz Ojulari. They got the ball. It wouldn't have mattered. They took over on downs, but Jamon Walker wound up with it for the fired-up defensive coordinator, Dan Lanning.
In a sprinter stance, and he just beats the left tackle to the quarterback. No help on the outside by the back. Charlie Brewer had no idea that pressure was coming. And Georgia takes over.
Field position. You know you're playing one of the best defenses in the country. There's a long way to go. And now you
They get him isolated.
It's McIntosh bouncing outside. And he's run down by Woods.
Wide to the wide side.
From near side, caught. Lunging for the line to gain is Simmons. Blankenship, it's a fake. It's the holder, Jake Camarda, with a first down.
And if he doesn't stumble, it might be a touchdown.
And Holder delights the Georgia sideline. So the offense still out there. There's Amir White, powers his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Watch these two guys here, 17 and 89. Get out on the perimeter and get key blocks. And then the power of Zamir White takes care of the unblocked defender as he runs right through.
Older brother Michael played quarterback both at Texas Tech and Virginia Tech. Screen, Treston Ebner, lots of blockers inside the Georgia 33-yard line. Now a flag thrown to the conversation.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 32. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 55. Both fouls will be enforced. It will end up at the 31-yard line.
That to be a big run.
5.5 to go, third quarter. Single coverage and a flag down.
Pass interference. Defense, number 23. The foul occurred in the end zone.
Runner near the goal line, 10 rushing touchdowns this year. He follows Hasty and scores.
Second effort got him in. Oh, so far against this Baylor defense.
They send Kenny McIntosh out. Here's Matt Landers. And he gets stood up and driven down.
Anything. No explosive plays.
Jeff Nixon calling the plays, and that time Monty Rice says enough of that. He drops Jermichael Hasty back inside the 40.
This gets right to Hasty.
Unblocked. Made it real. Here comes another Georgia blitz. Brewer in retreat and throws incomplete. Arm going forward, and where there are more Baylor fans behind their bench. And the Georgia said, okay, you can do that. We're going to put on a little light show. Between the third and fourth quarter. Great 48. Perhaps in 4-down territory. Charlie Brewer's pass batted up in the air and incomplete.
Dance on a third down play.
From out of the end zone. Far sideline wide open. Tyler Simmons. Big play for Georgia. His name very much tonight. 2nd down and 2. Zamir White. Nice hold. Good run. First down. Leading receiver on the team. Kenny McIntosh, the running back now, from fake to him. Pickens, nifty moves after the catch.
Wow, what
and
effort.
lunges forward for what looks to be a first down to win.
I think he's going to break it before the night's done.
James Lynch didn't get anywhere near Fromm. He throws on the move, and it is dropped in the end zone by Demetris Robertson. For both families, for all the victims of that plane crash and their loved ones. Preston Ebner. Under 9 minutes to go. Oh, he's lucky to get away with that. Miscommunication with Denzel Mims, who was 3rd down and 12. They rush 5 to the Bulldogs. Brewer, nice job to dance around it. He has a long way to run, and he's not going to get there. But a flag thrown along the near sideline.
Heat to the play. Personal foul, late hit on the defense. Number 44, 15-yard penalty will be added on the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Jacob Zeno. Hasty in trouble and swung down by Malik Herring for a loss of 3. Still stuffing the run as the Bulldogs have all year long. Zeno tucked it down, didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Just his 3rd game of the year. They've been the last 3 games played by Baylor. Checks it down. JaMychal Hasty slips down. They rush 5. Zeno! Down he goes, back behind midfield. Said that when you talk to people, the grades are kind of all over the place for Jake Fromm. Sets up a screen to Kenny McIntosh.
To it, and of course we'll have another national championship decided in this same building on January 13th. And quickness that NFL teams like.
Zeno on 4th and 10, intercepted. Picked off by Richard LeCount, his 2nd of the night.
Kirby Smart's telling him get down. Everybody's saying get down. He said I'm gonna run over and see my peeps instead. Sure, Kirby has to be thrilled. I mean, again, everybody was embarrassed last year the way they played or did not play. And that doesn't take anything away from Texas. And Texas played a really nice ball game. But Georgia was an outstanding football team a year ago and did not come here ready to play. Tonight, they came here ready to play. He has done a marvelous job in his time at Georgia, and they're not going anywhere. They're built to last by the way that they're recruiting.
And Fromm takes an E. They get Kirby Smart with the bucket. And they do match the group from 2005 as the winningest senior class in Georgia history. That bunch went 44-9. This group will finish 44-12. Obviously, they play more games these days with the conference championship game and the playoff. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs, winners of the All-State Sugar Bowl 26-14. Here's Holly.
You smell like Gatorade, Coach.
At least could get me with water, you know. Never had this happen in my whole career coaching. We didn't have one guy late to a meal. We didn't have one guy late to a bus. We didn't have one guy late to anything. And I knew right then, these kids wanted to play in this game.
You guys had a terrific defensive performance. Tell me about that last pick by Richard LeCount. He jumps over the bench. You're trying to tell him to get down. He had other ideas.
No, he did a great job. We knew when 25 was in, he was a big gas route guy down the middle, and we had one of our coaches actually calling it out for him, saying 25 down the middle because we were in split safety, and Richard did a great job keying it and getting a pick.
A very special hug at the end of this game for DeAndre Swift. I saw that moment on the sideline. What has he meant to you in this program?
He's meant everything. He's a warrior. He's a competitor. He wanted to come on this trip. He wanted to play in this game. He wanted to be here for his teammates. He wanted to be here with them, and he meant so much to them. I mean, the impact he makes without the ball in his hand is immeasurable. And that's what he did a great job of.
How proud were you tonight of the way you were able to connect and this offense was able to move the football?
Yeah, this is awesome. Praise God for the opportunity to come out here and play. I think our guys responded well. There was no doubt, from our guys who wanted to play. Our guys showed up. They played their hearts out, and to come out here and play 4 quarters, to come out here with a victory is a blessing.
I know nobody will give them the game ball, but I really believe your offensive line, this remade offensive line, had your back. How did they show up?
Cage, Jamari, Warren, those guys, they got put in a big role. And they stepped up. They played great. So thankful for those guys and their hard work showing off and paying off.
I know that you have a decision to make in your future, but how does it help for you to see the bright future of some of these young receivers around you?
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are stepping up. They're making plays, and the best is ahead for them, no doubt.
If this is your last game as a Georgia Bulldog, what do you want people to remember about Jake Fromm?
Yeah, I want to represent Christ the best I can, and I hope I can reach and influence as many people as possible. I'm thankful to play here. This university is amazing, and to play here every single game, every single moment, it's been a blessing. I'm so thankful to be able to play here.
Thank you so much, Jake.
Coach Smart,
Congratulations on behalf of 88,000 All-State team members across the country and football fans everywhere. Fantastic season, great game for your Bulldogs. All the best. Presenting the trophy to you.
Oh, good job!
That's real. That is heavy.
Okay, they said it's too heavy to pick up, but Kirby Smart, you were able to pick it up. I'm so proud of you right now. Important moment for your team, the culture that you have built here to be champions of this Sugar Bowl in this moment. How were you able to get this done with your team tonight?
Well, we got a great group of seniors. There's only like 5 or 6 of them here on the trip, and this group has been committed since the day we announced we were playing in this bowl game. They did a tremendous job. Every one of them helped lead our team. Our coaches and this staff, all the questions and all the stuff you got to answer, these kids never doubted for 1 second, and we love to coach these guys.
I think they proved that they were ready for their opportunity. You preached all week that we're worried about the guys who are here. How did they rise up and snatch the opportunity at hand?
And real simple. What do we do, guys? We out-hit and we out-hustle the opponent. And when you do that, the rest of it takes care of itself.
Okay, now you guys have such great momentum moving into this offseason with such a young team, such a great recruiting class, number 4 in the country. How do you build on this momentum?
Well, we continue to develop a culture of discipline and toughness. When you have that within your program, you've always got a chance. The leadership group on this team, and again, I can't say enough about, there's 5 or 6 seniors out there that really pushed this group to compete and play. And they did a great job bouncing back from last year's Sugar Bowl.
A lot of guys have a final decision to make. One of those is Jake Fromm. If this is his final game for you, how do you describe the impact he's had on your team and your program?
Oh, he's meant so much more than one game to this program. You can't define a guy like Fromm or Swift or any of these guys, Andrew Thomas and Isaiah Wilson, to one game. So what they have done for this program is incredible, and it'll be measured for a long time.
Thank you so much, Kirby Smart. And the winner is, with 12 catches, 175 yards, your most outstanding player is George Pickens. George, you tied a Georgia record for 12 receptions, being the most anyone has ever had in a bowl game playing for Georgia all these years. How were you able to be so effective, 11 of those coming in the first half?
First, I want to give credit to God, but my offensive line is amazing. My quarterback is amazing. I love this team, the defense. That's how I was able to get to what I was able to get to, because the defense and the offense stepped up big time.
I know your offense has had criticism at times this year, including the wide receiving crew. How important was it for you guys to show up and show out tonight?
I mean, it was very important. I mean, we come in as a team collective, so when the team does good, everybody does good. So we all come in together, and just credit to everybody out there. By the way, all these guys, if you put the camera on all these guys, I love them to death.
Put the camera on all these guys. They're giving you a little hand signal. What is this they're doing? What is this that they're trying to say to you?
That's like a motto we got in the locker room. Everybody know the ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah.
Okay, the future is bright for you guys. How do you grab this moment in time and this productivity and parlay it into next season?
Just keep working. Chop wood. That's what they instilled in us from the beginning of the season. So we're just going to chop wood this next season and chop wood forever.
You know his name now. A freshman, George Pickens, is your most outstanding player of the Sugar Bowl. Congratulations, Kirby Smart. Congratulations, University of Georgia. And thank you for everyone who came for our 2020 Sugar Bowl. It has been unbelievable. The All-State Sugar Bowl thanks you for coming. Congratulations.
Fun game to watch. Fun game to see Jake Fromm have fun playing football again.
We'll have more from New Orleans in a moment.